Howdy all, lovely to see you all again. This one goes out to Jesse one more time. We're going to be looking at the third solo in Orion by Metallica today. Let's take a look. Okay guys, let's take a look at the first section. I want to do 5 bends from 10 to the 2nd string, and the 4th and the 5th are going to be slightly faster. Then after that, I want to do 5 more bends all relatively quickly. So we're going to have the 5 slowish ones and then the 5 quick ones. Then I work into this phrase. So what I'm doing there is a pull off from 10 to 7 on the 2nd string, and then I go to a slight bend on the 3rd string on 9, and then I jump to 7 at the 2nd. Okay, after that I want to do a pull off from 10 to 7, then 12 to 7, and then the final pull off is going to be from 10 to 7 again, so I'll go. Let's do the bendy bit at the start of that phrase and then add the pull offs to it. And we want to do that whole idea twice in a row, so I'll play it twice in a row for you. Let's take it from the start of the section now with the bends and then the pull off and then that little phrase we just did. Then I work into this phrase here. Okay, so this is relatively simple. I want to do a pull off from 10 to 7 on the 1st, and then I've got my pointer flat that's covering 7 at the 2nd. So I want to do that phrase 3 times. You'll just notice that the 3rd group's a little bit quicker. So I'll go. It does pretty much the same thing again, but the 2nd time I don't hit the 2nd string. So I do 2 groups, and then just end on that 10-7. So all together from where those pull-offs started on the 1st and the 2nd string, and that last time we just end on the pull-off. So let's try that whole section relatively slowly, and then we'll do it one more time with some tabs. One more time with some tabs. Okay, let's take a look at the 2nd section. I want to do a bend on 10 of the 1st string. So I'm going to go up twice and then bring it down on the 3rd. Okay, and then I want to go for a flat finger on 7 of the 1st and the 2nd strings. So it's a very quick chord. At the end of that, I want to do a pull off from 10 to 7. So all together, and then I go. That's pretty much the same phrasing. Up twice, and then you just sort of bring it down for a light vibrato on the 3rd pick. Let's take a look at it from the start, and then we'll go through the next run. Okay, then we're basically just going to work down a B minor pentatonic. Let's go through that slowly. The first 2 strings are really, really simple. So the B minor pentatonic shape, I'm doing a pull off from 10 to 7 twice. And I do the same thing on the 2nd string, 10 to 7 twice. Now what I do on the next 2 strings is a little bit strange. I want to pick 9-7 and then play 9-7 again as a pull off. So there's 3 picks there. And I do the same thing on the 4th string. Pick, pick, pull off. So I go pull off, pull off, pull off, pull off, pick, pick, pull off, pick, pick, pull off. Hopefully that's making sense. I'll do that one more time a bit slower. And then I go to this. start of that, I'm going to pick all of the notes. I'm going to go 9, 8, 7 to 5 on the 5th string. I've got a slight mute here as well. Now what I do here, I want to be picking 7 to 5 and then playing 7 as a hammer into 8, so I go. So I'll slow it down, I'll go from when we're on the 5th string. Okay, and then at the end of that phrase, I'm going to do 2 pull-offs from 7 to 5, the same string. So from the start of the 5th string, pull off, and at the end of that, I want to play 7 to the 6th string and then jump back down to 5. Alright, we'll go from the pentatonic run and then we'll try the whole thing one more time slowly, and then again with some tabs. Alright, let's try it from the start now. One more time with some tabs. Okay, let's take a look at the 3rd section. I want to start from 7 of the 6th string. Then I want to do a hammer on from 5 to 7 of the 5th string and then hit the 7 again and slide to 9. Okay, then I work into this phrase. So what I'm doing here is doing a hammer on from 7 to 9 on the 4th, hitting 7 of the 3rd string, and then jumping back up to 9 of the 4th string. So all together from the start. Hopefully that's all making sense. And then I want to slide quite a long way. I'm sliding from 9 to 21. After I get to the 21, I want to hit 19 of the 2nd string. Then I'm going to work into this phrase. Let's slow that down and then we'll do what we've got thus far. I want to do a bend on 21 of the 3rd string. Then I'm hitting 19 of the 2nd. Then I play 22 as a regular note and then 22 again as a bend. I want to bring that 22 bend down and then pull off to the 9. Sorry, pull off to the 19. At the end of that, I'm doing a bend on 22 of the 1st string and then pulling off to the 19. Let's take it from the start and then we'll work through the last chunk. Okay, at the end of that, I want to play 19 and then pull off from 22 to 19. Okay, now the next phrase I do is going to be exactly the same thing 6 times. I'm going to do a slight bend on 22 of the 2nd string and then hit 19 of the 1st. Now the only difference is the 4th bend is going to be slightly slower than the other one. So we've got 6 altogether, slightly slower on the 4th. 1, 2, 3, 4. At the end of that, I've got to pull off from 22 to 19 on the 2nd string. So go. Okay, now the last phrase is exactly the same thing 4 times. What I do at the start of that is a slight bend on 21 of the 3rd string, and then I want to do a hammer on into a pull off, 19, 22, back to 19 on the 2nd. Exactly the same thing 4 times. At the end of that, I've got a big bend on 22 of the 2nd string. Alright, let's take it from the start relatively slowly and then we'll do it one more time with some tabs. One more time with some tabs. of the solo, we want to start with a hammer on from 7 to 9 on the 4th string. And I've got a slight vibrato-y, groovy bend on 7 of the 3rd string. I want to do 2 of those in a row. I'm going to do that whole idea twice. And on the 3rd time I do it, I'm only going to hit the 7 of the 3rd string once. So all together, 1, 2, and then just 1 at the end. I do pretty much the same thing again, but at the end of that 3rd group, I'm sliding from 7 to 6 on the 3rd string to get me positioned for the next group. So, okay, then I work into this phrase. This is essentially the same 3 notes played a couple of times in a row with some strange emphases. So what I want to do at the start of that is do a pull off from 7 to 6 on the 3rd string and then jump to 9 of the 4th. So I want to do that 3 times in a row, but the 3rd one's going to be a little bit quicker. Okay, now we do it again twice in a row. And on the 3rd time, instead of doing that really fast triplet, I'm just going to pull off from 7 to 6. So the second half's going to go. So it's nearly the same thing twice. We've just got an extra note at the end of the first group. So the whole thing together. Hopefully that's making sense. Let's join it from the top and then we'll do the last group. Okay, now the last chunk goes nice and simple. What I'm doing here is a pull off from 4 to 2 on the 3rd string, jump into 4 of the 4th, and I want to do that twice. Now you notice to get back to the 4 of the 3rd string, I have to sort of do that rolling flat finger. So I do that twice, and at the end of that, I'm going to go from 4 to 2 as a pull off on the 2nd string, and 4 to 2 as a pull off on the 4th string. So all together. Okay, at the end of that, to finish the solo, I just want to hit 2nd of the 4th string twice. You can add a little bit of a squeal if you like. So that slight kind of grunty squeal thing. So let's take it from the start of the section and then we'll do it one more time slowly with some tabs. One more time with some tabs. And that was the final solo in Orion by Metallica. Hope you guys have enjoyed that. Catch you real soon.